Right now, as the snow tapers off, roads are still slick in our area. We'll have live coverage, plus your first warn forecast.
And some European countries are pausing the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine due to possible blood clot concerns. How that could impact FDA approval here in the U.S.
Plus, hear from local health officials about whether it's safe to travel for spring break and what you can do to keep yourself safe.
This is News 3 Now at 6.
A hit of mid-March snow just to remind us it's not quite spring yet. You'll want to plan some extra time if you're heading out on the roads tonight. City of Madison street crews are telling people to expect snow-covered roads throughout the city, especially in residential areas that are not salted. We have team coverage tonight, including a live look at those road conditions.
But first, let's head outside to the weather patio. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi tells us how much snow to expect and when it'll end. Gary?
Well, the snow continues to fall in the backyard, but it's not a very heavy snow at this point, and some of that is actually melting as it hits the pavement because ground temperatures are still pretty warm from recent days. But you can see the live view from the Edgewater Sky Cam in Madison looking out toward the west-northwest. Visibility probably about 1.5 miles to 2 miles in the light snow. Notice in Platteville in southwestern Wisconsin, the snow is pretty well tapered down to flurries or has ended altogether. On Doppler track, you can see southwestern Wisconsin now moving out of the snow area, whereas it's still snowing lightly through Madison. The heavier bands of snow are lifting farther to the north, and even those are starting to break up. Visibilities right now, 1 mile in Madison, 1.25 miles at the Baraboo Dells Airport, 3/4 mile in Camp Douglas, and 1/2 mile in Viroqua. Those are where the heavier snow bands are falling. Temperatures are in the upper 20s to the lower 30s. Madison's at 29. So main roads are probably going to just be slushy and wet, but secondary roads and side streets could start to ice up a little bit later on tonight. Any additional snowfall, probably an inch or less, mainly north and east of Madison, maybe a couple of 2-inch amounts farther to the north. Winter weather advisories in effect for this evening till 7 p.m. west of Lone Rock, till 10 p.m. for Madison, and then east and northeast of Madison. Those advisories run until 1 a.m. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will be down into the upper 20s with the snow tapering to flurries and some freezing drizzle. Tomorrow we're back to mostly cloudy skies. Flurries will end in the morning. High temperature at 42, maybe a little sunshine in the afternoon, and we'll start melting the snow. Most of that should be gone in the next couple of days. I'll have more details and weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. And the DOT's online 511 map showing lots of slippery stretches at this hour. Those routes are highlighted in the pink there. Included in that list, the interstate, along with highways 12, 14, and 18. Photojournalist Lance Height out on the Beltline right now with a live look at road conditions. Lance?
Well, Eric, in the few hours I've been out here, I've seen the amount of cars on the Beltline go way down. It's pretty wide open driving, actually, and speed limits are easily exceeded. As you can see, there's very few cars out right now, so it appears people have been heeding our warning to get out early or stay home. And with that, I'll send it to Gabriela Becara on Verona Road with the latest.
Well, Lance, here on the west side, things on the busy roads are just wet. Traffic is moving pretty well, but over on the side roads, things are slippery, snow-covered, and slushy. And the city of Madison says we can anticipate it to stay that way for a while. So if you're leaving work or have somewhere to be tonight, take it slow. Now, Madison plows were ready to go as soon as the snow started. We've seen them clearing some of the roads already, but their plan is to be determined as the snow event goes on.
Because the temperatures are so warm, we don't know how much it's going to melt. We don't know how much we're really going to get. So we're going to be ready for whatever Mother Nature throws our way, really. And but first order of business, keep those salt routes humming throughout the evening rush hour into the night.
Don't want to use any more salt than what is necessary tonight. And important to note for tomorrow morning, the city had cut back on some salt routes at the beginning of winter, and that was including school areas. But now that Madison schools are now back in session, they'll also be salted again if necessary. So keep that in mind for your commute tomorrow morning.
And a reminder for all of your weather forecast needs, download our Channel 3000 First Warn weather app. It is rated most accurate forecast by independent researcher WeatherRate, and it's free right now in your app store.
New at 6, a Dane County judge sets an $8,000 cash bond for the man facing charges after a 4-year-old boy shot himself in the foot earlier this month. According to a criminal complaint, 18-year-old Devon Johnson bought a backpack with a loaded gun inside to an apartment on Jackson Quarry Lane on the east side. He was ordered to stay away from that apartment, as well as the boy and his mother, and not have any type of dangerous weapon. Wisconsin reaches another COVID-19 vaccine milestone. Healthcare workers have now administered more than 2 million doses, and we're also learning tonight that fewer than 2,400 doses of the vaccine were wasted or spoiled in the state through February.
So that means the spoilage rate is less than 0.2%, and that is including the single largest case where a Milwaukee area pharmacist wasted doses on purpose. More than 12% of Wisconsinites are fully vaccinated, and more than 21% have received at least one shot, including 68% of people 65 and older. 16% of Dane County residents are fully vaccinated. Almost 26% of people have gotten at least one dose, including 83% of people ages 65 and older.
A UW doctor is watching Europe closely right now, interested in countries pausing the use of a vaccine he helped test here in the U.S.
So will that impact AstraZeneca's approval here? Amanda Quintana is at UW Health, where she spoke with Dr. Bill Hartman.
Yes, well, that trial here at UW Health is done, and they sent all the data to AstraZeneca to be interpreted. And the principal investigator tells me that he didn't see any effects with blood clots in the Wisconsin participants that were in the clinical trial here, like the ones that they are seeing there in Europe. Dr. Hartman says of the 17 million people who have been vaccinated with the AstraZeneca vaccines, blood clots have appeared in just 35 people. There have been a couple reports of death in Europe, but none of these reactions have actually been linked to the vaccine. They just don't know if they're connected yet.
It bears questioning, and I think that that the countries are doing the appropriate thing by at least taking a deep breath, trying to see if there's an association, trying to keep the citizens of their country as safe as possible. Although the European Medicines Association feels that the AstraZeneca vaccine benefits still outweigh any risks.
He says some European countries are seeing another spike right now, so they're going to want to investigate and figure this out pretty quickly before starting up those vaccines again. But he does not think that the pause in Europe is going to affect the approval here in the U.S., and that is expected to come from the FDA pretty soon. And he says that all 30,000 of the Americans who were involved in that clinical trial here did not have any blood clots as a result of the vaccine.
Amanda, thank you.
Governor Tony Evers says FEMA will begin supporting a mass vaccination effort at the Wisconsin Center in Milwaukee starting this week. Each week, 7,000 doses are expected to be administered through the federal, state, and local partnership. The Wisconsin Center was already operating as a mass vaccination site, and FEMA taking over operations will bring in more resources and support, allowing local officials to focus on more vulnerable populations in harder to reach places. We reached out to Dane County officials for an update after they had applied to have Alliant Energy Center be a federal mass vaccination site. According to the county executive's office, the state and FEMA are still in active conversations about this possibility. They're scheduled to meet later this week.
State health officials confirmed 294 new COVID cases today, a dip that we're used to seeing on Mondays. However, overall cases are trending upwards. There are no new deaths reported. New at 6, it's that time of year that families are usually fleeing this late snowfall by taking off for another spring break trip. While the university has canceled their annual week of spring break due to COVID-19, over the next month, most K through 12s will have their week-long recess. Since last March, the CDC has highly discouraged traveling for vacation. But according to Dr. Pothoff from UW Health, traveling over your child's spring break could be possible this year if you are safe about it.
If you have kids in school, don't put yourself in a situation where you're debating whether you can send your kids to school because you picked a vacation that put them and yourselves at such high risk that you have to entertain that question.
He says that if you wear a mask and stay away from busy attractions, the risk of being exposed to COVID-19 is low enough to make the trip safe. And if you follow these precautions, Pothoff says it's safe for students to return to their hybrid classrooms after the break is over.
Coming up next at 6, the Boys and Girls Club gets a big boost from American Family Insurance for its college and career readiness program. We'll have that story straight ahead. Stay with us.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo has a question for you. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture in a box and then had to put it together yourself? We know it's not fun. At McGann's, everything is professionally inspected and assembled before pickup or delivery. Goodbye headaches, and there's no extra charge for assembly. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in soon and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
At Papa Murphy's, we knead seriously, chop seriously, and shred seriously. Because we're serious about Tuesdays, even if you're not. Every Tuesday, get a large pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Wisconsin is a home of workers. We know what needs to get done, and we do it. Yet, we've been hit hard, some harder than others. Our contact may be limited, but we still can lift each other up. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we want you to know we're here to help.
So much time at home. I need new furniture.
Dylan, it's Slumberland's Build Your Room sale. Look what you can get for just $20, $30, or $40 a month. How about a dining room for just $20 a month?
I'm more of a pizza in front of the TV kind of guy. Recliners. I've always wanted a couple of those.
How about two of these for just $30 a month when you spent $1,800 and pay no interest for 5 years?
Well, hello, Slumberland.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
The city of Middleton is in the Sweet 16 in a competition celebrating communities that are striving to build financial resilience and prosperity for everyone. Voting for round 1 in the Strongest Town contest is open from now until noon on Thursday. The city administrator tells us Middleton has advanced to this stage because of a number of initiatives during the pandemic, including a picnic event encouraging people to get takeout from local restaurants, a business loan program, and promoting accessibility to trails and outdoor spaces. If you would like to cast a vote for the city of Middleton, visit strongtowns.org. The American Family Insurance Dreams Foundation has awarded the Boys and Girls Club a $75,000 grant for its college and career readiness program called Avid Tops. The program is a leading initiative in the state for college access and success for first-generation college students, low-income students, and students of color. The grant will be paid over the next 3 years.
The biggest thing I've learned so far is that my leadership is important. Being in Avid Tops, I was able to get support and learn many skills like collaborating, being organized, taking initiative, being open-minded, and many more.
Overall, I believe that the club has played a core role in my life. This ranges from volunteer opportunities, which has given me the ability to interact with the forefront of our community, to job opportunities, which has brought in my skill set and built up my work ethics.
Students in the Avid Tops program have reported fewer absences from school than their peers, have received higher cumulative GPAs, and have graduated from high school at higher rates.
So ahead at 6, the DOT and City of Madison engineering officials explain how the winter weather today may impact road construction projects in the days ahead. And the snow, it is tapering off tonight. Roads could still be a little slick in the morning, and Gary shares what to expect next in your First Warn forecast.
Tonight on CBS, the night starts with The Neighborhood, followed by Bob Hart's Abishola. Then it's time for drama with All Rise and Bull. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full by September 2022. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Wild East Town Honda is Wisconsin's Dealer of the Year. Save with 0% financing for up to 60 months on over 400 new Hondas at Wild East Town Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your home. Steinhafels has the largest in-stock selection of the newest styles at the lowest prices. Right now, save 35% store-wide on furniture for every room in your house. A new leather sofa for the living room, a mattress for the bedroom, or a solid wood dining set for the kitchen. And with patio season just around the corner, find the newest styles with savings up to 50%. So shop Steinhafels and steinhafels.com.
For over 25 years, Fry Construction has provided excellence in home improvements. We strive to exceed the expectations of our clients with each and every project we do. Respected by so many of your neighbors and voted best of Madison, Fry Construction delivers lasting quality for your home. In honor of our 25 years, we're offering 25% off gutters or insulation with any full roof project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
The cherry on top of your sundae, extra crowd on your brunch, the icing on, you know how it goes. There's nothing wrong with making a good thing even better. That's why saving with EdVest, Wisconsin's 529 college savings plan, makes perfect sense. When you open and fund an account, you plan your family's future and get the extra benefit of a Wisconsin tax deduction. Start now. Like seriously, right now at edvest.com. It's so easy, you can even do it as you enjoy your extra cheese pizza.
Wild East Town Honda, lease a new all-wheel drive HR-V for $189. That's $189 and absolutely zero due-it signing. Save on over 400 new Hondas at Wild East Town Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full by September 2022. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Watching News 3 Now at 6.
Late season snow is not only a nuisance for those of us who have to drive in it, but those who have to work in it too.
Yeah, construction workers have been considered essential this whole pandemic, but weather is one factor that can really affect their work. Christina Laurie explains how and when it can really change project timelines.
You've heard the bad joke about the seasons. We are in Wisconsin. There are two, winter and construction.
We had a lot of work just start up in the last week or so.
But what happens when they collide?
Contractors, when they work on the schedule, they do factor in weather days, similar to school districts when they factor in snow days.
Steve Tyson from the Wisconsin DOT says today's snow will cause a one-day pause in places, such as the Beltline flex lane work. And that's about it. Project timeline shifts are usually the result of larger, unforeseen challenges, things like equipment breakdowns or lingering winter weather.
When it comes to long-term snow and long-term cold, that's when we see issues.
Hannah Molinitsky from Madison's engineering department says the same is true at the city level. Madison crews have kept working most of the winter and all of the pandemic.
Work has not stopped for our crews. We're really proud of our frontline workers.
Workers that continue to keep our roads safe. So it's important we do our part as well.
Be alert and slow down in work zones, especially during the inclement weather.
And we are in for another very busy construction season across the state. Stephen from the Wisconsin DOT says that work along the interstate between Madison and Beloit is expected to be completed by the end of this year. And then work along Madison's Beltline is expected to be finished by early next year. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
So for the very latest on what's happening with our current weather out there, let's go to Gary and your alert day forecast.
Well, the more persistent bands of snow are shifting north and east of Madison. You can see a few heavier little bands over southeastern portions of Columbia County around Columbus and then up into parts of central Wisconsin. But the farther south and west you go, notice the less you see in the way of snow showing up on the radar. In fact, it's down to just some flurries or perhaps some patchy freezing drizzle there. The more persistent bands of snow are now shifting into central and southeastern Wisconsin and moving away from our our viewing area. Visibility now has improved to 2 miles in Madison, still a mile in La Crosse and a half mile in Eau Claire, but as the visibilities get higher, that means the snow is lightening up in intensity. Temperatures are still right around freezing, or in some cases a little bit below, like here in Madison at 29 degrees. That could lead to some slippery road surfaces with the slushy snow maybe starting to freeze a little bit later on tonight, but any additional snowfall probably in the 1 to 2 inch range well north and east of Madison over toward the Milwaukee area. As we look at the advisories for our western viewing area will end at the top of the hour. Winter storm warnings farther to the west also ending at 7 p.m. Madison and Dane County and areas immediately to the south and west, the winter weather advisory continues until 10 p.m. and then southeastern Wisconsin it runs until 1 a.m. early tomorrow morning. 3 things you need to know in the forecast: that snow will taper to flurries and some freezing drizzle overnight, so that could lead to some slippery road surfaces. Tomorrow and Wednesday should be cloudy and not as cold. High temperatures back in the lower 40s for tomorrow, middle 40s for Wednesday. Could be a couple of flurries early tomorrow morning and maybe some light rain late in the day on Wednesday into Wednesday night and Thursday. The better chances of rain will stay south of Madison. There could be a little bit of a mix late Wednesday night into Thursday morning as well. On weather track, you can see upper level winds right now coming in out of the south. That's around a large area of low pressure aloft that's centered over the central part of the country. Strong thunderstorms are weakening as they push eastward, but the next weather system pushing into California will follow the jet stream along into the southern part of the United States and probably bring a pretty significant severe weather outbreak in the next couple of days south of the Ohio River. We're going to be on the northern fringes of that storm, again with a little bit of light rain, but this storm is already starting to wind down as the snow lifts to the north. As we check out weather track, you can see those upper level winds again from the south and southwest. The cold air wrapping around this area of low pressure to the south, but even then it's modifying farther out to the west. Our temperatures are colder than normal because of the snow and the clouds. Temperatures upper 20s to lower 30s, and you can see compared to 24 hours ago, that's down about 10 to 15 degrees. Our forecast includes that winter weather advisory until 10 p.m. for Madison and areas to the south and west and east of Madison until 1 a.m. Look for the snow to taper to flurries and freezing drizzle overnight with a low of 28. Little in the way of additional snowfall accumulations. Tomorrow's high at 42 degrees. Not as cold, and maybe a flurry in the morning. As we look at future track, again, the snow winds down by about 10 p.m. overnight. We're just looking at a few flurries or some patchy freezing drizzle and additional snowfall accumulations, an inch to maybe 2 inches well north and east of Madison. 7 to 10 day forecast, the rain chance on Thursday, and then notice the sunshine returning and those temperatures warming up back to near 60 by early next week with some showers and thunderstorms late Monday into Tuesday and temperatures staying in the 50s after that.
And coming up in sports, Cole Caulfield does it again for the Badgers. His 2 big goals that sent Wisconsin on to the Big Ten championship game. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
We're in, we're out, we're back on the road. Let's go. Here we go. Pick them up, put them down. Get on in there, get a snack, go to the bathroom. Everybody goes to the bathroom. Just make sure the cat goes to the bathroom. We are not stopping anywhere else. The youth will go to the bathroom. Wait, who's that guy? When do we pick him up? All right.
Want to know how we make your glasses so fast? It's all done right here. With a lab in every store, our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish. You get them in as little as 30 minutes. No cut corners, just quality, affordable glasses. Only at iMart Express.
Golden Cars is breaking into spring with huge savings. You can get a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape starting at $10,995 or $175 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2016 or 17 Ford Escape only for $10,995 or $175 per month.
Don't miss out on these huge spring deals with over 500 vehicles in stock.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Dealing Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
I can't take it anymore. It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free? Perfect.
I can change, honey.
Not you. These drafty old windows.
Oh.
It's time for a change. Buy one window, get one free from Feldco.
Buy one, get one free, and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Don't let uneven
uneven surfaces slow down your shoveling next winter? Let Concrete Lifting Technologies raise up your uneven pavement. Our minimally intrusive procedure uses polyurethane to level sunken concrete and provide a level surface. Why replace your concrete when you can lift it? For a free quote, call Concrete Lifting Technologies today.
Like I said, this is a dipstick.
Dipstick. Hey folks, Tuesday morning we'll take you to the top of UW Hospital to show you how MedFlight crew members are spreading positivity day in and day out. That's starting at 4:30 Tuesday on News 3 Now this morning. Join us.
Well, everyone else in the league played a game in the Big Ten hockey tournament yesterday. The Badgers got an extra day of rest. Perks of being the conference champs. Wisconsin opening up with Penn State in the semifinals. Badgers won 3 of 4 against the Nittany Lions in the regular season. UW, though, down 3-2 in the third, but on a power play, and guess who comes up clutch? Cole Caulfield sends a snipe off the post to tie the game up at 3. This one would go to overtime, and in OT, Caulfield's on the breakaway. And good luck. He ends the game, and the Badgers head to the championship with a 4-3 win. It's been a season of raising trophies over the past couple weeks for the Wisconsin women. In a span of 8 days, they took home both the WCHA regular season and conference tournament titles. But now it's time for the big one. The national tournament for UW begins tomorrow against Providence, and as expected, after a run like they've had so far this season, the Badgers are skating into the quarterfinals full of confidence.
We're not even thinking about the championship we just won. We're focused on the NCAA tournament, and we feel really great. There's definitely a lot of energy in practice. People are really excited, so it's just really good vibes.
Instead of coming back to Madison after losing in the Big Ten tournament, the Badgers stayed in Indy, and yesterday after the selection show, they started the NCAA tournament protocol process. The first step was have everyone be on the same floor of the hotel. Then came the testing. Sunday they were all tested and quarantined in their rooms for the rest of the day. And that same process happened this morning, so it's been a lot of alone time for the Badgers.
It's been pretty crazy, so I got my video games all set up. I'm ready for this quarantine. I'm ready for this long week, whatever's thrown our way. I think the guys are ready for it.
I'm a big reader, so I've got a few different books that I'm going to be reading. Got some homework to catch up on, so I didn't do probably as much homework as I should have done during the Big Ten tournament. So I'm going to be reading books, FaceTiming my family and friends.
And the Badgers did clear championship testing protocol earlier this afternoon, so the quarantine is over and they can begin practicing for the Tar Heels. And just a reminder, you can watch that game right here on News 3 Now. Tip is set for 6:10 on Friday in West Lafayette. And Jamal Williams said goodbye to Green Bay in an Instagram post today, thanking the Packers for the opportunity. He's hitting the free agent market, while Corey Linsley has signed a 5-year, $62.5 million deal with the Chargers to make him the highest paid center in the NFL. Charlotte, if you had to stay in a hotel room for about 48 hours, how would you stay sane?
Are you kidding? I could do that in the drop of a hat.
Really?
Oh, my gosh.
As long as they have a pool and palm trees, she'll be fine.
Hands down. That's easy.
But you have to stay in your room.
Up the ante.
You just have to stay in your room, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next.
Let's go to Gary. He's dreaming of palm trees and beaches, too, right now.
I'm dreaming of the snow going away, and it'll be gone late tonight.
All right, we'll have more tonight at 10. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Have a great evening.